Good evening. It is a pleasure this evening to share a few words with you about my colleague Sheila Watts as she embarks upon her retirement. I'd like to share with you a little bit about the trajectory of Sheila's career. I believe I'm the person who's known Sheila the longest of all of us on the faculty, and so it was my privilege to be able to tell you a little bit about why we will miss Sheila so much. In October of 1983, I was a newlywed who had just recently moved to Connecticut from Philadelphia. I accepted a position as a physical therapist at Yale New Haven Hospital, the hospital that I thought had the most dynamic and talented physical therapy staff. And one of the first people I encountered at Yale was Sheila Watts. By the time I arrived at Yale, Sheila had already been well ensconced in the physical therapy department for a number of years as a staff PT. One of my earliest memories of Sheila was one afternoon when she had her two little daughters at the hospital. The girls were very young at the time. They were probably toddlers, no more than 3 or 4, dressed up in cute little colorful outfits with their hair up in pigtails and great little barrettes, and they were adorable. And they were very proud to be at the hospital with their mom, and their mom was very proud to have them at the hospital, and probably a little bit harassed by trying to keep tabs on them as they were roaming around in the staff area. Well, Yale at that time was a hotbed of talented physical therapists, many of whom have stayed at Yale and contributed to the growth of that rehab department, and others who have gone on to do much in their professional and personal lives. I think few have had careers as all-encompassing and that have touched as many lives as that of Sheila Thomas Watts. Tonight is a night to celebrate Sheila's contributions to all of our lives and to our profession as she begins her retirement. Sheila's professional trajectory serves as an example of the self-directedness and aspirations for expert practice that we hope all therapists will have. Never content to be just an excellent practitioner, her career has illustrated someone who is never satisfied, always growing, and always adding the benefit of her knowledge and expertise to us all. Sheila earned her entry-level degree in physical therapy from Ohio State. Not long after graduating, she took a position at Yale, and a few years later, not content to have only an undergraduate degree, she did an MBA at the University of New Haven. At that time, it was not very common for people to go on beyond the first undergraduate degree. So she was already beginning to show her self-directedness. During the 16 years that Sheila spent at Yale New Haven, she served in many roles. Of particular note, she was the center coordinator for clinical education for a while, which was great experience for her future here at Sacred Heart. And she also served as a well-respected physical therapy supervisor for 10 years, managing staff issues, patient priorities, collaborating and coordinating with other disciplines, and representing the rehabilitation department and the PT profession throughout the hospital. Meantime, I left Yale while Sheila was a supervisor to head into academia. And so I would periodically see her when I would come to do site visits at Yale, and we would catch up then. One day after I had left Quinnipiac and moved on to Sacred Heart, Sheila turned up in the faculty suite. We were still in the early days of the physical therapy program, and Mike Emery, our program director, had begun to speak with Sheila about coming to work for us in our developing physical therapy practice. We had a physical therapy practice in which we were expanding to collaborate with external agencies. We were about to take on the contract for PT services at St. Joseph's Manor in Trumbull, and we were looking for someone to join our faculty team as a clinician faculty member to run the program at St. Joseph's and also to teach in the physical therapy program. Sheila lived in Trumbull. She was ready for a change. It was a match made in heaven. And so Sheila joined us in 1998 in one of our first split faculty and clinical positions. Sheila brought to St. Joe's and later to Jewish Senior Services the compassion, wisdom, clinical knowledge, and skills that she had acquired, as well as the communication and collaboration and management skills that she had honed at Yale. But at the same time, she brought her experience and expertise as a clinical teacher into labs and into tutorials. Sheila has probably tutored in every single semester of the Sacred Heart Physical Therapy program, and I would bet both in our master's and in our DPT. She's also served as a valued member of the semester teams, both in semesters 2 and 3, teaching and leading in labs and large groups. She has also taught a couple of courses in our entry-level program. She's taught in the graduate geriatric health and wellness program and in undergraduate health sciences. So she has shared her expertise in geriatrics and in physical therapy across many areas of the curriculum, and of course shared her background in acute care as well. An excellent clinical teacher, she has helped with our clinical education program for years. I'm really actually in pain at the idea that Sheila is retiring and we won't be able to tap her talents. She is one of the select few faculty who we know can read a situation, support a struggling student and a stressed clinical instructor, and help to bring a challenging clinical education situation to a successful outcome. I will miss having your support and your ear for these situations. So Sheila had several degrees at this point. She had her bachelor's and she had an MBA. In those days, that was probably enough for most PTs, but Sheila had found a new niche in geriatric physical therapy practice, and she earned her Master of Science in Geriatric Rehab and Wellness at Sacred Heart University, and then became one of the program faculty. She achieved board certification as a geriatric clinical specialist, and even that wasn't enough. She proceeded to get her transitional doctorate in physical therapy from the Sacred Heart program as well. Sheila founded the geriatric residency at the Jewish Home for the Elderly, now Jewish Senior Services, in collaboration with Sacred Heart University. The residency was the first geriatric residency in Connecticut and one of the first geriatric residencies in the United States. Sheila has continued to serve as director until her retirement, teaching and mentoring the residents, treating patients, teaching advanced clinical content, and demonstrating her gifts and fostering development of the next generation of geriatric physical therapy practitioners. She has been a frequent speaker about geriatrics and about residency practice throughout our region and nationally. And in 2010, the Academy of Geriatrics recognized Sheila with the Clinical Excellence Award. We at Sacred Heart have also recognized Sheila's leadership and contributions to our program. We awarded Sheila the program's Alumni Leadership Award in 2004, and last year, Sheila was awarded the College of Health Professions Clinical Partner Award for her work at Jewish Senior Services as an excellent collaborator and partner with the program in physical therapy, mentoring students, taking students for both part-time clinical visits and full-time clinical experiences, precepting research projects and other community-based projects, and helping to advance our program. And last year, the students in the physical therapy program established a diversity award developed to recognize an exemplary student from a minority community. This award was established in honor of Sheila Watts and fellow faculty member Manny Young. Sheila, you are a master teacher and role model. You embody the commitment to the profession of physical therapy and to the patients and the communities that we serve. Your career trajectory is a model that all of us aspire to, and I hope that our students who are listening today have paid attention to all of the different ways your career has moved through so many fascinating twists and turns, and that you have continued to contribute. You are a wonderful colleague and a friend. You will be missed by all of us. We wish you a wonderful retirement. And we know that while you're retiring, you're not going to relax too much because you'll still be pouring your energies and your passion into your family and your profession, and hopefully you'll continue to do some teaching for us. I will miss you. I will look forward to seeing you. I know that at worst, I will run into you at Stop and Shop, as we regularly do. Thank you for everything that you have contributed to the physical therapy program at Sacred Heart. We love you. God bless.